know if you hear just rustling, because I can try my best.
Fair. I forgot to unmute us, so yeah, now. Yeah, so we were just talking to each other on mute. I'm so good at this, very professional.
We are professionals.
Absolutely.
WAP.
So, actually, let me make sure. Cool. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't doing the weird echoey thing it was doing the other day. It doesn't seem like it is so far, but we'll find out.
Only hope. I mean, not hope. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, we can hope. So anyway, yeah, I'm Rick from Hammer of the Gods, and this is... Hey, I did it right. Sweet. This is my friend. Ellie, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Ellie. I am PleasureNerd. I'm a digital traditional artist. I do art in lots of different spaces.
Yeah, you art.
I do an art.
So today we are going to be playing Together Among the Stars, the 2-player version of Alone Among the Stars that I played the other day, because it was fun and I wanted to. And Ellie said yes.
Yeah, that's the long and short.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, how this kind of works is we are going to... we are a couple of like space adventurer types, and we are going to be like coming up with, through the use of d6 dice and then a standard deck of cards, we're basically going to be writing how this adventure goes as we're playing it. So let me see, because it's been a minute. I have slept since I played this.
Don't say spoiler alert. My character dies. I don't know why. We just decided that in this moment.
Okay, so reading from the Alone Among the Stars rules, so it says, I'm a solitary adventurer, but I'm not. Hopping from planet to planet, exploring. Each world has unique features for you to discover and record that are represented by cards from standard deck placed face down. So to discover a new planet, roll a 6-sided die, and then place cards face down equal to the number rolled. So if you would do me the honor of rolling a d6 for me, I will shuffle these cards.
Rolled a 1.
Excellent. It's a very
Starting
small
off with
planet.
a bang.
It's a very small planet. We'll get this first one knocked out.
It's enough for 3 people.
Yeah.
We're all sat at different angles.
We will definitely knock this planet out in no time. All right, 1 card. So, yeah, why don't we each roll a d6, and whoever gets the higher number will be the one who makes this discovery.
I rolled a 6.
Perfect. I got a 3, so I will...
Straight down the middle.
So I will have you roll another d6, and that will determine like how you get to it, how you come upon this discovery.
Sour.
All right, so you come upon suddenly the 3 of clubs. So a 3 is by a gentle river, and clubs are plants and other immobile forms of life, such as towering trees, carnivorous pitchers, giant ferns, glowing weeds, floating flowers, oozing mushrooms, etc. So, Ranger Janet, would you tell me what sort of immobile life form, like plant, did you come across by this river?
Feel like... So, Janet is like a middle-aged woman. She's a little bit distracted, and this particular planet, I'd say, is, although small, quite deadly. It's a little firecracker of a planet, unbeknownst to our darling Janet and her various crow's feet wrinkles. So imagining she is walking along and simply falls into a pitcher plant, and it's a the way that I'm imagining. So she's enjoying this lovely river that is flowing. I'm imagining almost the entire way around the planet, just because it's small, and I'm imagining something like that big. It's just a little circle.
Right.
And there are various kind of what would be kind of potholes, but filled with these carnivorous, because you mentioned carnivorous, you didn't say they had to be friendly plants that wait for this kind of thing, where an unsuspecting animal walks along and just straight in.
Perfect. Okay. So, yeah, what does Janet do whenever this happens? Tell me about that.
I'm imagining that she's quite a experienced explorer, we'll say. She's middle-aged, so she's probably not come to this recently. She's been a ranger for a while, and as soon as she begins to fall in, she's reaching out, arms blade, trying to grab onto the side. It's probably, I'm imagining like one of those carnivorous pictures, and they look like they're quite slimy. I've not touched them because I've been told that they eat things. So personally, I don't put my hands near stuff that I've been told is deadly. I know that's kind of wild. But I would imagine it would be like, I know, right? It's like anything that you're told you should definitely not watch. I don't watch. I'm fine with that. I live an undaring life, unlike Janet. So I'm imagining she tries to sort of scramble up the side of this plant, realizing that she has no hold and she's in fact been caught within this plant. And being a ranger, she would have equipment. So she pulls out, are they called pitoons? I've only ever seen them written down. Pitons? Pythons?
I've heard them called pitons, but I have no idea if that's actually correct.
Whatever, climbing gear. We'll call it climbing gear. I know how to pronounce that. So she's got a bunch of climbing gear with some of those spiky pit things. Start stabbing her way up the side of this thing to try and get out. You know, she's not too worried about this plant. There are plenty of them. It's not really probably gonna find another kind of smaller animal than poor Janet. And she gets out, kind of lies on her back, completely like mortified that she fell for such a stupid trap plant.
That is fair.
I imagine that's how.
So while you were kind of narrating that, I was typing up my log. So we are rangers. We are 38 days out of Hermes Station, and we arrived at this planet. And on day one, Ranger Janet stumbled into a strange pitcher-like plant by the river of this small planet, but was able to escape relatively unscathed, but ego-bruised.
Very much so.
That's how it goes. Okay. So Streamlabs is telling me that we've been skipping a lot of frames, so hopefully it's not messing up too horribly on stream.
If you guys see any issues, let us know. And also say hi.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. This may end up being a short stream because it is acting wonky for me.
That's okay. Sorry to
Okay.
everyone else who's watching.
Oh, hopefully it's
another
just on my
time.
end. I'm hoping that it's just my end and everything else is going well on stream. So yeah, I've got our log up there. The log for the ITV Gryphon, which is the ship that we are on. Okay, so for the 2-player version, we will then, let me see. So when you're done exploring the planet, give it a name. I already did that, so that's fine. Okay, so this time I will roll for our next planet. Ooh, okay. That is a 6. So both times that I've done this... Yeah, both times that I've done this, I've gotten a 6.
So we essentially stumbled across an asteroid and then a planet.
Yeah.
The equivalent of Pluto to Saturn.
Maybe even smaller than Pluto. I mean, that didn't take us very long. Let me see, where did that go? Oh, so whilst we are traveling between planets, would you like to roll a d6 for me?
A 1.
Okay. One of us has trouble sleeping on the journey. So I'm just going to say this is probably Janet after the picture.
I was going to say Janet is like reliving every moment of that plant issue.
Yeah, so narrate that for us, please.
So Janet is tossing and turning in her bunk, and all that's happening is that she is just getting these intrusive thoughts of what she should have done and what she should have noticed, and how sort of after falling into this pitcher plant, she saw all of the warning signs that she should have adhered to, seen all of the kind of growth that was around the hole, that she knew that as a ranger and through her training she should have been more aware of her surroundings, and she was not, and that she keeps getting, whenever she falls asleep, she keeps getting these horrible dreams that it's gone back to HQ and they've forced her to go back through training even though she's in her late 40s, and just does not want to be dealing with that kind of bureaucratic nonsense. She's just struggling to stay asleep, and is incredibly cantankerous in the morning.
I love it. Yeah, Beckett is just very, very confused about why you're so upset. He's a little bit oblivious.
Oh, Janet's fully snarly. Like, stream, you didn't see me before we started, and I was very snarly, not at my darling husband, but just in general.
Yeah, it happens. He'll be okay. All right. So, since you went first on the previous planet,
it's your turn.
Yeah. And would you mind? You don't have to stick to the naming convention that I've been using. I just have been doing like a couple of random letters and numbers. I think last time was like DOV 8 something, and then the first planet today was AVR 102.
Okay. So I think the planet's going to be called 1-PLM-9.
Okay. Let me get that. I rolled a 5, which, of course, I don't remember what that means.
I think that is came upon in rest. Oh no, wait, that's a different thing.
Oh no, now that we're on the planet. You said PLN dash what? 9?
9, I think.
Okay.
Hello, Artemis.
Oh, what? There's no sound this whole time? What? That's annoying because it says it's on.
Oh no! Let me turn up my thing.
That's so annoying.
No, you're still.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
That's bizarre.
How odd. Sorry, I laugh at horrible things. I've just watched myself laugh and give myself 9 chins.
Could be worse.
It could be 10.
Exactly. Okay. So, yeah, 5, now that we're on the planet, is... Oh, wait, duh. I forgot that I do this kind of differently than they do. I like to just have a random number of days go by. So, on our 5th day on planet, if it will cooperate. Ah, that's fair. Okay. So on day 5, I drew, the 9 of hearts. And so 9 is deep underground. Oh, I don't know what I was doing underground. So hearts are ruins, mysterious obelisks, vine-covered temples, abandoned dwellings for people bigger than you, a wrecked spaceship, etc. So, I am going to, obviously those are just kind of the starting reference points. You don't have to go with that. But last time that I did this by myself on DOV, I had found some strange floating spheres in this valley. So I feel like this time I probably found a very similar set of floating spheres, but nearby found a vine-covered doorway that led deep underground. And there we found a crashed spaceship. Like a very alien, foreign-seeming spaceship. So, I will go ahead and type up that log real quick.
Guys, I'm cold.
Yeah, it's pretty cold here as well. It is just above 0 Celsius.
It is not that cold here. It's like 10 degrees outside, which isn't too bad, but I am not normally in the largest room of my home.
There. It went from Thursday was, I think I said like 23, 25 Celsius, to it was -2 yesterday morning. So
yeah, it's been
very,
ridiculously hot for November here.
Love it. Okay.
Global warming.
It's a good time. All right, so while I'm typing this log, if you want to say what Ranger Janet was doing.
I need to remember that Ranger Janet is not my furbolg. I was like, she's picking her nose. She's not.
She could be.
I mean, all my characters do that. Bogey. Anyway, she so has kind of been following, is it Bennett or I can't remember your Breckett. My apologies. But she's kind of been following Breckett's lead for the most part, sort of keeping more of an eye out on the surrounding areas, trying to be a bit more vigilant than she was before. When they come to the door that then leads through to this spaceship, she is very alert. She's making a lot of notes, taking a few samples of things just to double check, cross-referencing with any kind of technology that she is aware of. And yes, this time round as Becca is taking the lead.
Fair.
Bye, Artemis. Hope you have fun adulting.
That might be my longest log yet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that is day 5. If you would roll me a d6 for how many days go by?
3.
3. Okay. So we are now 49 days out of Hermes Station. Day 8 on planet. And on day 8, ooh, Janet, you got the King of Hermes. So, that's more ruins. And the king, is floating in the air. So
floating ruins.
Mm-hmm. So tell me about these ruins.
Okay, so Janet has kind of been trying to be a lot more kind of observant with all of this, and out of the corner of her eye, she sees.
You kind of broke up there. Got observant, and then it went garbled.
Oh, so she's trying to be a bit more observant and pay more attention to her surroundings, and she spots something out of the corner of her eye. She sees just something odd, and she calls over Beckett to try and investigate what's going on. And it's these broken stairs that don't seem to lead to anything anymore. It looks like some kind of weird technology similar to that was in the spaceship that they saw earlier in the week. And it looks like it should lead to a tower, but they kind of go up and stop. Like maybe they were a part of something that has since moved, or something that is has been destroyed. The steps are stone and quite ornate as well. So it looks like whatever it was that moved might have been something sort of like, I'm imagining like a city hall or something.
Okay.
And they're trying to show off. But it looks really weird to have these giant steps going up to nothing.
Absolutely. Okay. I think the hardest part of doing these logs is that it doesn't auto maneuver itself within this box, so I have to be more consciously aware of it.
That's a shame.
Yeah, that's okay. So, on our next day, we are only 2 cards into this one. Also, I was thinking while you were talking, an easy way to remember Breckett's name is it's like Brexit, but better because it's not shitty.
I'm thinking it sounds a bit like a noise a bird would make.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, and I forgot last time, I mean, it worked out, but I forgot that we're also rolling to see how we come across the discovery. So, we are 1 day later, and on an arduous journey, we come across our next discovery. Again, as soon as it cooperates for me. So, day 50 out of Hermes Station, day 9 on planet. And on that day, wow, come across the King of Clubs. So again, King is floating in the air, and clubs are plants and other immobile forms of life. So what I'm going to say is, even though it doesn't actually say anything about ruins or any of that sort of thing, the next day we climb up this cliff face to try and get a better vantage point, better viewpoint. And it's a very tough climb. Sorry, it's hard to type and think and talk all at the same time.
No, that's okay.
So we climb this cliff face. To get a better view. When we come across a floating structure that may have been connected to your stairway at one point.
Fantastic.
And it appears to be sort of like a floating garden. It's like this overgrown building just spilling over with vines and flowers and plants of all different colors. And, very strange plants that we've never seen before. And it does have a staircase that resembles the broken off one, which is kind of where I came up with the they might be connected.
Yeah.
So, if you would tell me what Janet is doing.
I think Janet would be taking a number of samples, again, cross-comparing them with other ones that they've got, cross-comparing them with marks on the stonework and so on, seeing if she can recognise any of the plants and whatnot, and keeping an eye out for any potential sort of threats that maybe have resided in this garden.
Any pitcher plants, possibly.
Yeah, exactly. Any particularly difficult centipedes as well.
Oh yeah, I did on the solo planet I did previously, I had come across some kind of weird beetle at night, and then also an amoeba, like a very large amoeba type creature. So we do know that there is life out there. We just don't know if there's intelligent life. Although these ruins we've been finding seem to imply some sort of intelligent life. Okay. So yeah, that is the log for day 9. So if you would roll 2 more d6s for me.
So 2 and a 4.
Okay, so 2 days later, and 4, I believe is, yeah, you come upon suddenly. And suddenly, wow, we are getting all these face cards today. Queen of Hearts. So, Queen is in deep water, and hearts are more ruins.
This was a planet of things.
Yeah, we hit the jackpot here.
Okay, so I think that having seen kind of a giant, an ocean of some kind, or even just, particularly deep-looking pond, because this is meant to be quite a big planet, isn't it? So I would say more like kind of a sea, it appears. And
Maybe we noticed it while we're on the top of the cliff making our observations.
Yeah, we saw some odd stuff happening. They go through into the prepare for a deep dive. They've got all their equipment ready and raring to go. And quite close to the shore, actually, there are these, I'd say, quite crude ruins.
Okay.
Not nearly as ornate as the floating stairs that we've come across, and they kind of look like huts, like a small community.
Okay.
But heavily broken down, but still kind of made out of stone, with all sorts of aquatic life just leeching off them. Having a good old party, making it a bit more colourful. And they sort of, whilst floating about, try and figure out what was going on here. And the conclusion that Janet has come to is that these are some fishermen's huts, and it's just that erosion has happened and the sea has come further in. These used to probably be on a beach, and now they are definitely not. But they're not so far from the beach that it's, really deep in, right. deep. It's like you can see how over time this has happened.
Yeah. Almost like their own global warming.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So I rolled a 5 and a 4. So we are 5 days later. And this will be another, came across it suddenly. So we are 2 Earth weeks into this planet exploration. So, wow. Got the Ace of Diamonds. So, aces are...
You sure you shuffled these?
Pretty sure, allegedly. So, okay, this is one, the wording of it is strange, and so I've kind of just taken liberty with it. Ace is in a field taller than you. So one time whenever I got this, I had the field was like elevated, and I had to climb to get to it. I think this time it's just going to be like an overgrown, like the plants are so tall. And then that was the Ace of Diamonds. So diamonds are living beings, which could be people like or unlike you. Fish, dinosaurs, wolves, birds, giant insects, etc. So yeah, when we are exploring on day 14, there is a field of some sort of native plant. And I won't even say that we come across...
Does it seem to be edible, or is it sort of... Would it be the equivalent of something like wheat, or would it be something more like rapeseed?
I would say it just seems like weeds.
Okay.
Yeah. So
not domesticated in any way, just very over.
Yeah. Okay. So we were traversing, because I like that word. And so I wouldn't even say that we find an actual life form, but we find signs. Like we find what seems to be a recent fire, like a campfire, little ring of stones and things. And it's still warm to the touch.
Oh.
So, there seems to be something still lingering on this planet. So I will have you, for our last card, roll me 2d6s again.
2 and 2.
Okay, so 2 days later, and another arduous journey.
I apologize.
We do love our arduous journeys.
Absolutely.
Why make it simple when you could make it difficult?
Absolutely. More fun.
All right, so day 16. Potentially our last day on planet. Hey, there we go. There's a 9 of clubs. So, 9 is, again, deep underground. And clubs are plants or other immobile forms of life.
So, I'd say that after battling through, sorry if you can hear some dogs barking, after kind of coming across that set Janet a bit more on edge, and she kind of steers us more towards rocky terrain, assuming that people are less likely to be towards that, and there's a similar door to the one that you had found earlier.
Okay.
That leads underground, and she makes their way through to yet another kind of underground kind of catacombs situation that are just absolutely filled with this kind of like bioluminescent plant. They kind of remain dark until the wind or some kind of rush of air goes by, and they all kind of slowly kind of light up as they move. And then when they become still, fade into the darkness.
That's
but as soon as you kind of take samples, that section of the plant kind of dies out.
interesting.
In that it dulls completely. So it won't, whatever sample that you took will not light up again. Like it has to be connected.
Oh no, you cut out. It has to be connected to what?
It has to be connected to the base of the plant. It has to be connected to the main kind of structure of the plant.
Okay.
In order for that bioluminescence to kind of show. So as soon as you cut it off, it dies completely. You will not be able to get. So much to Janet's frustration, it is almost impossible to properly take a good sample of this plant.
That's fair.
To show what kind of interesting properties it might have. So instead she takes a sample of the soil to see if that might give any kind of indication of what it could be, because what you could use that plant for back at home could be fascinating. You know, you could light up cycleways or whatever they have back home with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah. Oh, hello.
I love how Streamlabs is showing my face as frozen, but Zoom is not. So.
Well, yeah, on the stream, you're frozen in a
very flattering position.
Expression.
Yeah. That's the one that's frozen on Streamlabs. So that's fantastic. Enjoy my goofy face that I don't know why it's frozen, because everything else is working just fine. All right, so we are about 45 minutes in. Would you like to continue and do one more planet, or do you think you want to close here?
I want to see how long you're frozen for.
Okay, challenge accepted.
I would be okay with kind of one more planet, and then unfortunately I need to make dinner.
Yeah, all right.
I feel my tummy having a bit of a rumble, so
understandable.
But yeah, no, this is just how. So the thing is, what happened here is that Rick pulled a face, and the wind changed, and that's just now how he looks.
Yeah. That's how forever will look.
You might hear him claiming that he looks different on Zoom. This is a lie. Rick just looks like that, but his mouth is moving.
Yeah.
And no other part of him is moving. It's quite the phenomenon.
Words are hard.
That's the right one.
So I will roll for our journey.
Yeah, you definitely should take a screenshot.
Yeah. So moving on. Yeah. On our journey to the next planet, I think probably both of us are having trouble sleeping at this point. This is the most that we've seen of any kind of intelligent life so far. Mm-hmm. So it's a little bit unnerving. So we are now on day 61 out of Hermes Station.
Oh, that's 69. Nice.
I wish. Oh no, what did I miss?
Oh dear.
Okay. So both Rangers are having trouble sleeping. After the strange findings on planet. All right, would you do me the honors of rolling another d6?
3.
Okay,
It's on the floor.
that is a pretty manageable amount of cards. All right, I think... Did you go first last time?
I think. Well, I went last time, so it makes sense for you to go first this time.
Fair. I'm so glad that it's decided not to unfreeze me at all. Ever.
In the most flattering pose.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can only hope and pray that it will stay like this until the end of the stream.
It probably will at this point.
This is now my stream. This is the PleasureNerd stream. Thank you for coming and seeing us.
Yeah.
My friend here, Rick, unfortunately, and as we discussed before, he pulled a face and the wind changed. And this is just his face now.
Yep, forever my face. So you won't be able to see it because it's decided to freeze up. But I drew the 10 of diamonds for our first card on planet. And I guess I should probably name this planet as well, huh? That would make sense.
Oh, of course, yeah. It's called FR33Z3.
Ooh, uno momento. Because, of course, Streamlabs is not cooperating in any form or fashion today.
It's just intimidated my face. I was going to say something way better, and it just ended up on the face. Oh, the link did not come through, Emerald. I believe it just came up with the stars, I'm afraid.
So you said FR33Z?
3.
Thank you.
So it says freeze. Amazing, didn't pick that up.
Oh, well, that's canon now.
I should have just said that and not let you know.
I would have looked at it and been like, well, shit. All right. So I'm just going to dictate that this is day 69 out of Hermes Station instead of rolling for it. So this one we come across suddenly. 10 is on a cliff face. And then diamonds. Oh, living beings. Cool. Yeah.
Oh.
So as we land on planet, strange beings so real just quick out of curiosity, I would say roll me just 1d6 before I decide how. You said 4?
4.
Okay. Well, that's another sudden one. Ooh, a 5 of diamonds. Which means it is in a treetop, and it's more living beings. So we are being overrun by living beings.
Cliffside and treetop.
Yeah. So I'm going to say that these are similar to the amoeba I found previously, but much larger. And another one, so several of them come down from this cliff face, and another one is in a nearby treetop. With some sort of strange device being held.
Is this the end of Janet and Beckett?
Very possibly. The amoeba did try to eat me in my sleep, so.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. I rolled a 5 for our last card. So as we are just, I feel like we don't even get out of the ship at this point. We're just like, okay, let's just wait here.
Mm-hmm.
And last card, again, stream, you can't see it, but it is the Ace of Spades.
The Ace of Spades.
Exactly.
The Ace of Spades.
Okay, so I would say that this is, because it says spades are natural phenomena, and the ace is in a field taller than us. Again, this field is sort of elevated, so maybe as we are getting ready to leave the planet, we're just kind of resting, letting these amoeba crawl all over the ship before we take off. We noticed that there is a huge crystal-like formation that wasn't there before.
Do the amoeba seem to be attracted to it in any way, shape, or form, or are they ignoring the fuck out of it?
They don't seem to be paying any particular attention to it. It doesn't mean much. They probably are more interested in these strange ship.
Delicious looking things, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Janet and Breckett have had quite the adventure in the 69 days out of Hermes Station.
I'm a 13-year-old boy. And the hour is 4:20.
Excellent. Let me finish this log real quick.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at my thing, and I was like, I don't remember having a plant in my. It's from above.
That's fantastic. You, in real life, just rolled the sudden discovery card.
Yep. Of plant life.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's because it's growing. and it's kind of fallen over in its pot.
That will happen. Happen to the best of us.
Shitty little Swiss cheese plant. Unable to sustain its own weight.
A Swiss cheese plant sounds fantastic.
Have you not like Monstera something or other, or something or other Monstera? And they're a very 70s plant, apparently. And just to, go along with the millennial stereotype, I have a lot of houseplants.
As one does. I have several succulents.
I am, in fact, a millennial.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
Apparently, I'm teetering on Gen Z, which is... no one will tell me when millennial will last until, but apparently 1994 is the cut-off point, which was I thought it was 6. Anyway, sorry to...
No, you're fine.
ADHD.
It's weird how that works. Because I've definitely seen a lot of different age ranges and date ranges for millennials. But yeah, So anyway, after 69 days out of station, Janet and Breckett decide to GTFO because things got a little too weird for them. They decided to go back to the station and report on their findings. And that is where we are going to leave our valiant, super brave
adventurers. Absolutely.
So, I am going to go ahead and end the stream because I'm tired of looking at my goofy face.
Thank you, everyone.
It's been fun.
Obviously, Rick is the Hammer of the Gods podcast. Find him on Twitter and Instagram and podcasting platforms under Hammer of the Gods, I believe.
Yep.
Gods, plural.
Yep. All of them.
And I am PleasureNerd. I do art. You can find me everywhere as PleasureNerd. It's been an absolute delight to be here.